Hi, so I know it's been a while since I've posted, and I apologize for that, but as most of you know, life happens and sometimes we can't control it and we just need to make the best of it. So that's what I'm doing. I have a plan now that hopefully I'll be able to put several videos in a row so that we can finish the topic that we started a month ago on the topic that Jesus said we must be born again. So today I want to ask you the question. Do you know that God is a God of order? And you say, well, of course God is a God of order. Just look at his creation. Look at the universe. Look at the planets. Look at the way he created everything. There's an order to it. There's a design to it. They all work together. And that's because of who God is. In 1 Corinthians 14:33, it says that God is not a God of disorder, but of peace. This is how he wants life to be for all of us. In Jeremiah 17, he told the Israelites, I have a plan for you to prosper your life, to protect you, to take care of you. And David says in Psalm 139 that God had all of his days numbered before one of them came to be. In other words, he planned David's life before he was even born. That's the way it is for every single one of us. God has a design and a plan for us. He had a plan for the Israelites to get out of slavery. He had a plan for Jesus to be born. He had a plan for us to be born into this world. He has a plan for us to be born spiritually into his world. And he wants it to be done in an order that makes things work the way he designed them to work. You know, all of us want to share in the blessings of God. And yet God says that in order to do that, we need to be a part of his family. We need to be born his way. Listen to what John says in John 1. Yet to all who received him, to those who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God. Children born not of natural descent, nor of human decision or a husband's will, but born of God. What this means is that we're not just born into God's spiritual world, into his spiritual family. It's not because we had a great family. Now, okay, I'm a spiritual person. Or that, we can have our own will about how to have a relationship with God. Well, I had this experience, or I had this or that. No, he says, you need to be born of God. What is God's plan? He has a plan. He's a planner. So he had a design for that. And he's always used physical things in life to help us understand spiritual things. And I think the physical birth process is one that we can learn from some spiritual things about. His plan and design for a physical birth is pretty much the same for everybody. And I believe that the spiritual birth process needs to be the same for everyone. In the physical birth, you have a husband and a wife come together through sex and begin a new life. A seed is planted, and it takes 9 months for that seed to grow, which is pretty incredible. That's a pretty great design for all of those things to happen before the child is even born. And, the world, professionals have kind of helped us understand this process by dividing it into 3 trimesters. The first one is kind of like, this is the hard trimester. This, you're having to adjust to a lot of things, and sometimes you feel sick, and sometimes you don't even know what's going on. But that's the first trimester. But then you get to the second trimester, and you know what? You feel better. Things are progressing. Things are going well. And the third trimester comes, and you're like, yay, it's almost over. And I believe that that's a great analogy for our spiritual birth. And so I want to share with you over the next 3 videos, 3 trimesters or stages of our spiritual birth. And I won't tell you what they are right now, but hopefully you want to come back and listen to what those will include. And we'll be able to see what is God's plan, what is God's design, his order for us to be part of his life and his family spiritually. So till then, radiate God's order of life for you. Thanks.